Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I wish I know it. There are possibilities. Why does that question come?
Just to add, the question was one of the members in the group, Swamiji, because when explaining the creation, the word Prithvi is used, and Prithvi we relate to Earth. But then the whole cosmos is filled with so many stars, we don't know the life of the thing. So is the definition applicable to the entire cosmos?
Yes, yes. Prithvi does not mean earth. Prithvi Tattva. Prithvi Tattva means earth element. So all the planets are earth elements only. All planets. So anything that has the material, gross matter is Prithvi only. So it's not necessarily what we know as earth, but anything that is the grossest matter is earthly element. So Prithvi is, that's what it is. So yeah, in that particular possibility, yes, there can be life forms in other places also. There's no, I mean, I have no doubt about that. See, if they are not, if 1/8 of the water is not on the wood, it would not be possible for it to survive with the water. The very fact that water is an important element in the growth of the tree, which shows that the water element 1/8 that is present in the earth is accommodating. See, what it means is it need not have to contain it or have it, but it is able to live along with it. See, the very word Panchabhutas and the in Sanskrit, the word Panchatvam means death. Panchatvam means death. What it means is that the 5 of them, earth, water, fire, air, and space, when they start losing the other elements from them, that is earth losing water, fire, air, and space, then similarly water losing earth, fire, air, and space, then fire losing earth, water, space, and air losing earth, water, fire, and space losing earth, water, and fire, and air. This is what is called Panchatva, which means they started to go back to their original form and not anymore ready to mix with others. That is what is called death. That is why it's called departure, meaning departing. They don't part with anymore with the other 4 elements, rest of them. And that is what is Ayurveda calls that as essentially water, fire, and air. These 3 of them, leaving aside earth and space, the 3 medium ones, or the leaving the first and the last one, the 3 of them are the most important ones for integrating, because space, you cannot quantify them. And earth is the grossest. So therefore, body is left behind. Earth is left behind. There's nothing you can do about it. And space is space. You cannot do anything about it either, because that nothing can quantify, as I said. So earth is left behind on the death, whereas space is always with itself. Now, what is that? These 3 of them, therefore, in Vedanta, we say not only Panchikaranam, they call Trivikaranam also. Trivikaranam is only these 3, fire, air, and water. And that is the reason Kapha, Vata, Pitta are very important. Kapha referring to water, element being overpowering than the fire and air. Then Pitta, fire overpowering air and water, and Vayu, Kapha, Vata, Pitta. So Kapha, Vata is where air overpowering water and fire. So this, when imbalance takes place, that is called sickness. When they are together, balancing each other, that is called health. So in the time of death, what happens is these three play a very crucial role. And when they started to depart or move away, then earth goes back to earth, water goes to water, fire goes to fire, air goes to air, space goes to space. This is called Panchatvam. So that is what is called declared as death. So as I come back to the main point, that all the five of them, the very fact they are able to align with each other is because of the common elements. Meaning, water is there in the earth also, in the wood, as you said, because of which water is allowed to be part of the wood. Even though you don't see it, the very fact that it grows in the water, it shows that. So the creation is made out of four kinds of birds. Shvetaja, Udbija, Andaja, and Jarayuja. These are the four explained in Vedanta. Jarayuja are mammals, born out of body, wombs. Okay. Pindaja, Andaja is born out of egg. Udbija born out of seed. Shvetaja born out of dirty water. So like small worms, etc., born out of Shvetaja. And the birds are born out of Andaja. And then plants are born out of Udbija. And mammals are born out of Jarayuja. Now, among these four, Jarayuja is higher than all others. For reason being, they are directly produced and being developed at the womb itself. Whereas other three are, most of the development take place after they are, brought out into the world. So most of the development takes place in the womb itself. Most of the parts are developed, everything is developed. So the mother already has given maximum amount of his or her power of intelligence, everything else to the child or other mammals also. So it is said that mammals are little faster in their growth or ability to do things than all others. Though some of them are short-lived, therefore they will have a shorter life only. Like if you take a bird, it may not probably stay more than 3 or 4 years or maximum 5. If born out of the worms, they are maybe 1 day or 2 days. Plants, obviously, shorter than anybody else. Some of them are longer because of their innate abilities to sustain. But intelligent part of it comes mostly to the Jarayujas. And even among them, it is said, human beings, that is obviously, it is a design by the Lord only. We cannot say what is the particular reason why human beings are more, intelligent than all others, because of the design of the whole creation. That is the reason why it is said in Purusha Suktam that not that it doesn't fully agree with the Darwinian theory of one leading to another. All of them, all the four kinds of them are born directly from the Lord's creation. It is not one evolved into another. So it is, if you Purusha Suktam, if you look at it, in that it is explained that tasmat va etasmat, no, tasmadashva ajayanta ekecho bayadadha gavo hajakni retasmaat tasmaat jata ajavaya yad purusham vedaduhu katitave kalpayan mukam kimasakoba. So there Ashwa is mentioned, Aja is mentioned, which is goat, Ashwa is horse, etc. So, and all the four-legged or the two-legged, it's explained. Meaning, it is not one leading to another, they are simultaneously created. Now, when it comes to creation again, it is not that there was nothing and one by one came. No. because the manifestation of the jivas are based upon their karma. So the previous cycle, whatever karma they have incompleted, okay, so that becomes unmanifest. And when the creation cycle starts, the next creation, which is called Brahmaji's day, in according to 8th chapter of Gita, when Brahmaji's day begin, all of them at once manifest, not one by one, at once manifest. And when the day of Brahma ends in the night, all of them at once disappear. And again, at once they appear. So the manifestation or an unmanifestation is not a gradual process. It is a simultaneous process. All jivas come to manifest at once, expressing their individual karmas and personalities, and all jivas at once, get to the what you call dissolve at the time of Brahmaji's night. So that is how the creation is explained. See, gunas also play a role here. So, if even in the human being, not all human beings have the same quality of Antahkarna. So, let us say that a person who is a human being, but such a person has never been exposed to study or even education, etc. Let us say some tribe is living in some deep Amazon forest, even though human being, but has not gained the access to knowledge or education, even though such a person has intellect, buddhi, and also the mind, mana, buddhi, ahankara, chittam, all the four are there. But because of the gunas, which are playing a very important role of more tamasic than rajasic or sattvic, would overpower the growth of, overpower and hamper the growth of intellect and mind. So, not that he is incapable, but there was no opportunity. Such a person may be very good in probably archery, hunting, all that, because that obviously has been learned. But whatever is learned will develop that aspect of the personality. It is undeveloped, not there, undeveloped. So too, in the animals, undeveloped, because other aspects have taken over. The gross, they know, because if they are, as animals, if they are interested only in eating and mating and sleeping, and let us say, so obviously their opportunity to expose themselves to any other is being not there. And so over a period of time, they lose that, ability to even gather knowledge. And that's why they can be trained, you see. Some of them can be trained to, to act in a particular way. Like if they have a dog, it can be trained to do certain things, which is because they were not exposed to that area of knowledge. So we can say, even in the human beings, there are, Gurudev used to say, plant man, stone man, animal man, and man. And even among us, there are, plant men are there. Plant men are there. Those who cow pivo mojada bus. So they just eat, make merry, and just sleep. So it's a question of exposure. Obviously, human mind is capable of overcoming its limitations, and then obviously that requires an exposure. What I was about to say.
Bliss.
So bliss does not mean what we know as happiness. First of all, we understand Atma Sukham is Tripti. It is not an achievement. It is not an indulgence. It is not a sense experience. It is not a success, so to say, or some kind of, as I said, accomplishment. But it is the state of contentment. Okay, well, how does the contentment come? Contentment comes to know that nothing is lost. See, is it not when you, let us say there's some regularly happening in your nearby, in your area, or there's some fire outbreak. First thing you'll go is you'll go home and see if anything is gone or lost or burned. If nothing is there, do you call it as bliss? Do you call it as sukham? Do you call it as joy? No, the feeling of not lost. So when a person understands Vedanta clearly, knowing that every soul must exist only to the extent their karmas allow it. Beyond that, not even a one moment can one person remain. And the jivas, the souls, have a long journey. And you and me are in a temporary place here. We have a long journey going on for many lives. And when I understand that my presence here is a short term, and to the extent possible, let me go towards that contentment of fulfilling myself, complete myself. And such a evolution will also change your perception of all others also. They are all in the same boat at different levels of evolution. It can be your son may be faster than your father or yourself. There are possibilities that children can be more evolved than even the parents. So if you look at it that way, that parents or brother or sister or anybody else who have either departed prematurely or they have disappeared suddenly for whatever reason, you understand that, of course, the body is left behind. Antahkarna, subtle body, which is a soul, which is connected to the cell, is on a journey to the next one. And you wish for that. Wish that, pray that their next evolution, next stage is much more quick for them so that they can progress fast. So that prayer is what you need to offer, and that makes you not to feel very sorrowful about that departure, while you also understand that it is inevitable. And pray for the soul to proceed on to the next level. That's why the prayers are all important. The 13-day observations are all to pray for the soul to move ahead. You're not sitting and crying and blaming everybody around. No, let's move on. That's why these are all positive ways of overcoming sorrows. When we do not have these avenues or means to do that, we sit and blame everybody, cry and cry and cry, but nothing is going to happen. Why not do something positively for yourself as well as the soul that is departed? Right? No doubt we may lose the company of that person who has lived with us for so long. No doubt that that vacancy cannot be filled by anybody else. No, there is no doubt about that. But then everybody is on a move. See, when you're traveling in a train and then the person next to you had to get off the station before you, you see the emptiness there. Next to you, he was there with you, talking to you, etc. Then when his station comes, he just gets down and goes away, and you are alone. You think, okay, I had a good company of this person. Now, after some time, I have to get out. So, even though you feel the vacuum, but it is unavoidable. Be ready for it. No two people will agree on everything. Okay, however close they are, no two people will agree on everything. Because the perspectives are different, priorities are different, experiences are different, their reasoning is different, their goals are different, right? So no two people will ever agree to the same. You yourself would not agree to what you have done some years back. We also grow. What we decided at one point of time, after some time, we ourselves question it, doubt it, right? That happens. So when it comes to another personality or set of people, you can definitely take it for granted. They will not agree to what you're saying, even though you may be saying from your perspective what is right, right? Now the question is, the person in question who is disagreeing with you is immature, unevolved, younger than you. If that person needs guidance, you should give, because he or she by themselves, himself or herself, are not able to think. Like a teenager, for example, they may say, no, 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 we know whatever we're doing. No, I'm your parent, I am your mother, you better don't do this. Okay. So long as they are with you, they will, after that, when they go to university, they'll do whatever they want. Now, when it comes to husband or a wife or a brother or sister, which are of the samavayasinaha, of the same age group, then you cannot insist. You can only discuss, reason out. Hey, aisa nahi karna, because of this reason. And hopefully they will understand your reasoning. Hopefully they will look at from your standpoint. All the same, you also should understand their point of view, because it is not always you are right. See, I'll tell you one thing. Simple practice is you have to compromise a little bit here and there, adjust, to win the confidence of the others. See, if all the time, if I insist I am right, even if you are right, even if you constantly insist that you are right, you lose them. When you realize that others may be wrong, doesn't matter. When you are able to accommodate their mistakes, you can have a greater authority over saying what is right when time comes. If you every time you insist that I am only right, very surely you lose them, and they will one day they will turn around and say, do you think you are always right? See, even though it is true, but you should adjust with such people, saying that, okay, it's a like thing, pick up your fight, Don't take every situation as a fight. Okay, chalo, you win, doesn't matter. But when it comes to serious matters, you put your foot down and say, no, this is not correct. I have adjusted with you on all these things, which even though it is not right, but this one. So you may probably insist and give the reason why it is okay. When it comes to elders, there is a problem there, because they think they know better than you. They can take better decisions because of their experience. They say, no, we know what to do because you are younger than me and you don't know what this situation is, right? To them, you cannot even reason out. You cannot control them. You cannot dictate terms with them. The best thing is pray. Bhagavan, they have taken this decision knowing very well, according to me, it's wrong. I can tell them, but if they still would like to go ahead with what they want, let them do it. So you have to be honest with yourself. The important point is you must compromise to win with respect to people who are of the same age group. And children also, sometimes you may have to compromise to win also. Give them what they want, but certain things it's dangerous. No, you cannot do that. So sometimes the children want to go here, there, do this. It's okay, but not this. So pick up what you do not want them to do for sure, and allow certain things, even if you know that it is not too right. So that way you gain the confidence of the people. And another important thing that you do is make them make the people confident by giving them the authority. See, all the time you don't need to dictate to everyone. Certain times you say, okay, you do it. Doesn't matter. You may make mistakes, but you do it. So slowly give them the ability to, especially children. So give them ability to make decisions. You don't need to insist that. Okay, you take decisions. And if the decision is wrong, they will definitely come to you and say, oh, I did that wrong thing. Yeah. That's how you learn. So the life is a lesson, life is a constant lesson for us as well as others. That's why on the other day I said, in any other exam, you write, after learning the lesson, you write the exam. Here, after examination, only lesson starts. परीक्षा के बाद ही पठन शुरू होता है, पाठ शुरू होता है. After you write the exam, only you know what the lesson is. So life is a constant learning. So we should understand that.